Hello friends, welcome back to our Lexicon Ethics series for UPSC. Today we are going to talk about a very serious topic, that is terrorism. Terrorism is not just about explosion or attacks. It's about fear, politics and hurting society. In this class, we will understand what terrorism really is and why it happens, its objectives and ethical questions, and how Gandhian ethics gives us a better path. So let's get started. Alright, let's first understand what terrorism really means. Simply put, terrorism is using violence to achieve political goals. It's not random violence. It has a purpose to scare people and force government to act. For example, terrorists might hijack planes, kidnap leaders, or bomb public places or take hostages. Remember the 26/11 Mumbai attack? That was a clear case of terrorism. It is bombs and guns used to create fear and send a political message. So terrorism is more than violence. It's violence with a motive. Okay, now objectives. First, they want publicity. Even major attack puts their group in the news. Okay, second, they want to show strength and gain supporters. And thirdly, they try to eliminate opponents or informers. Fourth, they want to make the government look weak and basically saying, see, we control you, not the government. For example, the Taliban often use bombings to make people obey them. So terrorism is always about fear, control and sending a message, not just causing random chaos. No, terrorism doesn't just hurt bodies, it hurts minds and society. Imagine children growing up in war zones. They live in a fear every day, never feeling safe. Terrorism destroys human rights, especially the right to live with dignity. For example, ISIS didn't just kill people, they destroyed culture, books, monuments. They tried to erase entire civilizations. That's why terrorism is always unethical, no matter what reason is given. In attacks the very idea of humanity. Now, here's a tricky part, that is, terrorism makes us ask a big ethical questions. For example, if a group faces discrimination, can violence be their answer? Or if a terrorist attack, should the government respond with the equal violence or with the justice and dialogue? Take the Pulwama attack. India had to think, should we just take revenge or act carefully in a way that doesn't harm innocent people? These are tough questions that ethics helps us to answer. Terrorism forces societies to think deeply about right and wrong. Okay. Now, Gandhian fascism. Now, let's look at the opposite approach. Gandhiji believed in ahimsa, that is non-violence. He fought for India's freedom without guns, only using truth and peace, and it worked. He thought that violence only creates more violence, and non-violence may be slow, but it heals society in the long run. For example, when the Britishers hit Satyagrahis, they didn't fight back. At the world saw India's moral strength, and that's the power of Gandhian ethics, that is moral courage over guns and bombs. Okay. Now, terrorism as a symptom. Terrorism is not just an action, it's a symptom. It often shows the people feel ignored, excluded or powerless. For example, in conflict zones, some youth feel they have no voice or opportunity, so they join extremist groups. We don't support them, but society needs to understand the root causes like unemployment, poverty or injustice. Otherwise, using only guns against terrorism is like putting medicine on a wound but not treating the disease inside. Now, finally, let's understand the mindset of terrorists. They usually lack compassion and humanity. They don't care about love, family, art or music. Life for them is only violence. For example, they destroy schools instead of building them. They kidnap children for ransom and they kill innocent people. That's why terrorism goes against the very idea of civilization. It attacks the heart of humanity itself. So friends, today we understood what terrorism really is, why it happens, its objectives and ethical challenges it arises. We also saw how Gandhian non-violence is a powerful way to fight hate. Remember, terrorism never solves problems. It only spreads fear and destruction. The true strength comes from justice, compassion, moral courage. Now that's all for today's class. In the next session, we will continue exploring more topics in ethics. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.